All right. I don't know if anyone's going to join this one since it's a weekday and a bit late at night. Anyway, today we are going to be attempting to do some shell mechanics. Why the heck does it show stream analytics for 6 minutes? Huh. Anyway, let's see, when we are moving left, we want to toggle a group on. And toggle another group off. And then when you're moving right, the reverse. And when you're moving nowhere, let's see. trying to remember what any of this does. Apologize for not really saying anything so far. It's just that there's not really anyone to say anything to. I guess I am. Ah, that's what that does. Let's see, I want the shell to, but I'm going to consolidate these. They happen either way, so I can now make one of these be the pressing neither button, and one of them be the pressing both buttons. Let's make 44 be the pressing neither button, and 42 be the pressing both buttons. All right, there we go. So now I want this work to work for carrying the shell as well. $88 is on the right. 89 is on the left. Ah, I see. Then it's just 83, 84. $84 is for when the shell is moving. Let's see. 94 is the left. Okay, so now 96 is the thing that toggles on when the player is holding a direction. Oh, I should probably mention, my plan is, I had thought of several plans for how the player could pick up and kick the shell. Essentially how I would map the grab button. My first plan was that I would map it to a player 2 button, probably the W key. And then I found that when I turned on 2-player mode, the WASD was player 1, which I was not expecting. And yeah, I was not really... Yeah, that's not what I was expecting, so... Then I thought maybe I can map the grab button to the jump button. And make it so that when you press jump, you can grab the shell, and when you release jump, you can throw the shell. But then I realized that you would only really be able to throw the shell at very specific heights in your jumps relative to the top of the apex of your jump. So I didn't really like that either. And then I thought, what if I map both the left and the right arrow keys to be the jump button? So if you're pressing left or right, you can grab and hold onto the shell, and you can only release it. You can only kick it by releasing both left and right. And I think that is probably my best option, since if you, in this particular functionality, if you release and repress right, you will get a very consistent amount of, I guess, deceleration and acceleration, or whatever you like to call it. And it also means that you can release it from any point in your jump. So hopefully that works out. Oh, hi Minimal Power, I now see that you were in chat. So, right now I'm trying to implement shell physics. I have decided on mapping the left and right buttons to be the grab buttons, so if you're pressing left or right, you can grab the shell, and if you release both of them, then you can kick the shell. And let's see, the right is 95, the left is 94. Not yet. I haven't coded it yet, but I am in the process of grabbing this particular shell, which, instead of making it look like a Koopa shell, I have made it look like a seashell, because haha funny, and carrying it around, which is literally just a follow trigger, and kicking it. Hopefully. The shell's gravity is literally just going to be a, oh look, you move down with ease in. That's it. I'm not expecting for the shell to do too much, so other than interact with the player. So yeah. Anyways, in order to pick the shell up, we need this to spawn something. It's already group 96, which is active whenever the player is holding left or right. So this can spawn a group 97. And those can all go on group 97, so that, and can't remember what I was going to map this stop trigger to. Wait, no, I don't want this to be group 97. One. These need to be activated by that. And they need to be toggled on. By this doohickey. So now we can give that a group and make this spawn it, and give this a group and make that spawn it. Okay. You can now grab the shell and carry it around, I think. 97. We'll spawn one of these two. And then on group 42, oh no, wait, group 44, I want it to spawn this mess down here. That's right, and that's left. 92 is right, 93 is left. And 90 is both. We also have this handy thing, which basically says, shell is currently grabbed. 98 is toggled on. Alright, we will give that to that. And let's see, I have to remember which one was left and which one was right. 93 is left. "92 is right." So "94 is left. And 95 is right. I realize that based on what I'm doing right now, it could be possible to release left and right at the exact same time and have the shell drop and have the shell go absolutely nowhere and instantly kill you, possibly. But honestly, that would just be hilarious. I would honestly just find that hilarious, so. Let's see, when you kick the shell, it also toggles off that. And then once it kicks the shell, you're now able to bounce on it. That's group 84. So it toggles on group 84. So that needs to be that. All right. Then, finally, when you bounce on the shell, it needs to become pick-upable. And to become pick-upable, that needs to be toggled on. Give it a group. Fortunately, we probably don't need to toggle it on a / off anything else, but for that to work. And now we test and see if the game crashes. Yes! It picketh up the shell! And I fall down into hole of not glory. There's no glory in that hole. With sincerest apologies to DGR. It's not even a chance for glory. Throw a big saw blade down there to serve as a pretty strong argument for not falling down that pit. And as you can see, I completely ignored that argument. I also don't like it when that happens. In order to remedy that, I could of course just make this spike intangible. And put a smaller spike there with a hide. And then wonder if I'd still be able to smack into that. Something is annoying. I suspect that when I go from one bit of the platform to another, I am getting popped into the air slightly. I don't want that to happen. So I could do something smart, but I can also do something stupid. Yo, Liam, GD. We are being really bad at platforming. I pressed the jump button instead of releasing right. Interesting. Okay. Double jump? What do you mean? I didn't see any double jumping. I think I got yeeted by the shell by mistake because I toggled it on instantly. There was a jump input on air. I don't think I actually jumped though. Okay, the shell is definitely being a pain in the butt. This is passable, right? It isn't. Should be. Should probably add one down there as well. Is this passable? Yeah, we need to fix that. Because otherwise, we're going to run into problems where we look into it from the left side and go, why did I just stop for no reason? And we don't want that to happen. And find this. this dude over here. I pressed the wrong button, probably. Now that I think about it, I thought I already set those to passable. Perhaps I didn't. Anyway, I now realize that instead of toggling 84 on immediately, I want to do it after a short time. Say 0.05, I don't know. And what am I doing here? How do I make it reset the movement? How do I make it reset the position of an object? You know, I could just, like, throw down another dummy object. And I guess that's where the player is spawning now. Because I don't really want the player to be spawning on a place that it is not the starting area. Okay. So the reason that I'm just stopping short there is because I'm releasing right and then not repressing. I don't know why I am suddenly accelerating there. I need to throw the shell earlier. Why am I going flying? That is not good. Also, it looks like the shell isn't actually falling. Let's double the fall speed. Okay, so releasing and repressing a button isn't making me go flying. So it's probably the shell. Let's increase this to something stupid. That might turn out to not be stupid. That looked good. That looked good, but except I keep not releasing right soon enough. I also feel like I'm not doing a very good jump. I don't know what happened there. I released right too early. That was a success, actually. So what happened there was that I kicked the shell at this wall here. The shell bounced back, and I jumped out off of it and bounced on the wall at the same time. So I went, which is really cool, but not really not what I intended. I cannot kick this shell soon enough for the life of me. And that means you need to make it easier for the player. Like so. I suspect that the shell went up. Let's just stop holding right after we kick the shell and just watch where it goes. That's actually where I wanted it to go. The one time I throw it perfectly, I just got killed by my own shell. I have nobody but myself to blame. The shell is not falling. The heck is this shell doing? Bye. It meant to push right, but okay. Dang, even that. Okay, that went right through the floor. Oh, of course. I forgot to stop all of this. That ought to be good. We're also going to want to... Oh, no, wait. Those are instant, so... Man. Bye. I'm not sure where it went. This is the one problem with this shell mechanic. You can't jump up from a standstill and then kick the shell. Oh wait, no, you can. This is what I want the shell to do. This heckin' shell. I guess that's why they call it an S-hell. Shell is hell with an S. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm gonna make myself a nice big platform to stand on there. Well, we're getting perfect throws with this shell. I'm gonna move all of this down one. So we can get a really bad throw and watch the shell just like... Bye. I accidentally yeeted myself into some spikes. I am not smart. I'm going to move this up a half step That way the shell is going to think that there is just normal ground there, and no pit for it to get stuck in. And of course I get killed by the shell, because I literally told the shell to come right back at me. I don't know what I was expecting. It's really not moving down very much, is it? Let's see, after... I actually dodged the shell! Yay! We want it to move faster though. It's not fast enough. Let's up its speed a little bit. If I wanted to be really evil, I would make the shell speed different on the left than on the right. But I'm not that evil. How did I do that? Oh, it's clipped slightly into the ground. Cool. It wouldn't do that if there weren't walls. I really should think, oh, this shell actually comes flying back at me if I shoot it at that wall. What if I remove... Hello, Corrupted Wrath. Talked to on the GDPS editor. You mean in the 1.9 GDPS Discord? Okay, that's actually fairly good. I'm honestly a little surprised. Let's try jumping off of it now. See if we can get back there in a couple attempts. Of course, the thing I need to remember to do is release the right button to 2.2 GDPS. Huh. I don't remember saying anything on the 2.2 GDPS. I might have to move this whole thing a little to the left. And of course I missed the shell, but I hit the corner somehow. How? Anyway, we're gonna move this space over to the left. Let me just check. Was it on Discord or... Oh, right. I'm probably kicking it. And I don't know, doing a bunch of other things as well. Oh. Let's see. Might have been in the GD modding Discord. I've talked there before. Anyway. I want this to be on 82. What is this group 81 anyway? Oh, it's that. Well, I don't need that. Because this is a multi-use item. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Anyway. I might need to jump later on that platform. Kaizo is not easy. Why am I getting yeeted to the right? Of all things. Oh, yes, of course, because I need to stop these. And now, when I bounce off the shell, it should actually stop moving, which will be very important. Of course, I have to first actually let go of the shell. I didn't let go of right. Still kind of hard to get into there. The heck? I cannot get this to work. I got to jump. Yes! I finally did it. Doesn't look like it actually stopped moving down though, which is odd. Ah, hello certified Rizzler, whatever that means. Do what? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you might be behind. I don't know what the latency on this thing is. Anyway, I've managed to bounce on the shell successfully. And now I need to take all of this and do it again. Two more times. And I guess I'm gonna basically build helper it out and cross my fingers. Which is group 98? Oh, that's these. Okay. All right. Take all of this. Take all of this. All of it. Take all of this. Take that, that. And that. Copy and paste it. And build helper. Can you build my cheeks in that editor? I have no idea what you're talking about. I assume that your profile picture is a smirking face. I'm a little disappointed today because I found that there is no record scratch sound effect. And I am sad now. Well, it looks like most of that worked. I'm gonna put these on a group on an editor layer. And then those on another one. Do you wipe or do you just let it crust? Well, it looks like someone is asking to be timed out. Please stop. Yes, I know what you mean. When you said build my cheeks, I suspected and hoped not. 'I hoped that I was wrong, but now it appears that I was unfortunately right. Which means that you're probably an attention-seeking toddler. I don't really like dealing with attention-seeking toddlers, even if they are the only viewer. "5 minutes ago, you were not viewing this stream, and 5 minutes from now, you'll probably be gone." It's not like I particularly care. Ah, that would be a problem. You are more than welcome to speak. But you certainly are in a position where you have to be careful what you say. Curious, does this actually... It does! Wow. I mean, my channel's been around for several years now. I don't remember. It might have been 2017, maybe? But for quite a while, I didn't use it for much. Maybe to leave an occasional comment on someone else's video or stream or whatever. 125, 137. And if not. Alright, now that we got that jump out of the way, we can... Can you come to my room? I mean, honestly, if you can find it, I'll be more than happy to welcome you in. I should warn you that there's a good chance that you'll end up in a room where I have not been for several years. Bring a walkie-talkie? Okay, sure. Fine by me. I'm not really sure what you would want that for, but go right ahead. Did you know that the hospital is the only place you leave without entering? Well, yeah, in my case, I did indeed leave the hospital without ever entering it. Although perhaps your mother's womb would be a more apt or a more fitting thing for that, I guess, description. I'm gonna put all of these big spikes on hide. I don't know who the heck you think you're talking to, my good sir, but whoever it is, I don't think it's me. And sooner or later, I'm gonna stop humoring you and instead take the other option, which is banning you. Which is probably what you want, but whatever. Anyway, we now have what appears to be some working shells. Working shells are good. Anyway, as you hopefully can tell by now, I am not in fact desperate for viewership. Who the heck are you? Oh, I see. You are smelly. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm either talking to you or I'm talking to the wall. Probably the wall. Yes, I indeed do see you. And you smell. At least you probably do. I don't know for sure. Best for you to take a shower just in case, you know? As one does. There is also a significant delay between when I talk and when you can hear me, so just, I guess, take that into account. A mixture of soap and Axe body spray. What would that smell like? Sodium hydroxide, probably. So, basic and toxic. With perhaps some exaggeration. You made gambling in GD. That sounds fun. I wonder if... I'm curious, what kind of gambling minigame? Slot machine? Coin dozer? Probably slot machine, that's the easiest. In fact, it's so easy, they made it in, what is it called? Actually, they made it in literally every mobile game I can think of. No, wait. It's in Plants vs. Zombies and it's in Jetpack Joyride, but it's not in Zombie Tsunami. That one has scratch-off tickets. Regnif arc. It. You're an extremely smelly chat member. Let's see, 128, I want it to start moving down once you get to about here. Okay, crack my finger backwards. What a weird thing to say. And yes, I know exactly what you're trying to get me to say. And your attempt is utterly pitiful and would probably only work on a 9-year-old. Don't give me any ... dots. I'm not Geek. Geek retired. Let's see. 1, so. $127. Yeah, there's absolutely no way that you're any older than 3rd grade. Good gravy. You might be even worse than I was at that age. That's saying something. Well, now that I think about it, you probably aren't any worse than I was at that age. Literally not born yet? Okay, yeah, not surprised. Anyway. Where were we? Ah, yes, we were doing pleasant things rather than unpleasant ones. pleasant things, like making a happy fun kaizo level in Geometry Dash, rather than unpleasant things like Certified Rizzler 1's mom. Just guzzled a whole water bottle of water down. Good for you. Such brilliant and eloquent word usage, by the way. A water bottle of water. Not to mention that a water bottle isn't a very specific quantity. Did not expect that. I think we can be a little bit more. Shell, what are you doing? Probably things stemming from there being multiple other shells on in the game at the same time. Are you the actually kid in class? Beats me. It's been years since I was in school. I did discover along the way, however, that no matter how uncool they may seem in high school, the actually kids are quite popular. Well, let's see. I would say that the actually kind of people, yeah, they get along fine in college. Let's see. Do I have 84 toggled off? I do, okay. I can't remember what weird thing happened when I tried to grab this shell. Okay, so it kept... Ah, that was bad. Okay, so it kept switching back and forth. Interesting. Something happened there. And that's a one-time thing. And spawn 97, that's on group 101. And it toggles itself off immediately. What's group 96 again? I cannot remember for the life of me what the heck group 96. Oh, yes. It's the you cannot interact with this unless you are holding a direction group. You know, I probably should put in some sort of graphic for these goombers. Will you save me if I fell off a cliff? I mean, it depends. If you're within reach, then I would almost certainly, if my reflexes kicked in fast enough. Otherwise, for example, if it's just physically impossible for me to get there in time, then no, I can't. If you're about to fall off a cliff, then I'd probably try to grab you and pull you to safety. So, does this have any groups? No, it doesn't. Ah, hello, Blue Monker. I was actually thinking of winding down for the night soon, but oh yes, I was going to. Make a goomber. All right. I have acquired a photo of Goomber. Now we can make it Goomber. In order to make it Goomber, we'll want these. We will want this to have a color. What color do we have so far? Not much. Let's make the eye first. That's white. We don't need to change the color of that. So I realize these sorts of goombers have 2 frames of animation. Is that about the right color? No. It's not saturated enough. A little too saturated. Oops. And yes, I know that this guy should be much more optimized than this. Just being a sketch of the sprite. I'm also probably going to do a bunch of other tweaks later on. But for now, we are just making a goomber. Let's see, this one we want to be a more yellowy orange, and a less saturated one. Not that yellowy. All right. And fill it in. And I'm going to link the ones that are the same color for now. That way it's easier for me to change those colors. Because, for example, I think this is still too yellow. There we go, that's what I wanted. And then the other frame of his animation, basically just be the mirror image of this, which is made by pressing the reflect button, not the move right 5 steps button. Hello, GD. Hello, GD Liam. I see you are back. This is not called a fire. I don't think this is called a fire Goomba. It's called a Goombrat. It is a close cousin of the Goomba, where the main difference is that it doesn't walk off ledges. And it shuffles along like so. And we're going to take our horribly inefficient Goomber and we're going to give oops, 86 and 87. Six and 87. Actually, now that I think about it, I wanted to loop those. I wanted to spawn loop those. So for that, we can create loop. Boom. Very handy tool, that is. Now, that's a little slow. Eight, 5, 1. Ah. Very good. All right. So now that we have a Goomber sprite, we can now shrunk him down to the right size. And give him a group. Group 57. So that he will be toggled off when you stomp him. That might still be a bit too big. And just go. Nom, 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 nom. And no, I want Goom Eternal. Dang it. All right, I have found a picture of a squeezed Goomber. So now we can take our happy little live Goomber and it into a not live Goomber. And the squeezed Goomber looks like this. And there is a squeezed Goomber. Now we can do a quick resize on our squeezed Goomber to make him the right size. We'll give him the squeezed one a new group. And the squeezed Goomber on group 148. Good gravy, how many? That's that many objects? We'll take care of that. We'll optimize that later. Get squeezed. And then you will disappear. After just a moment. Just a moment later. Inspiration for this level. I think that would mostly be the fact that there aren't really any platformers that sync with the music. This should be 67. And also, kaizo sounds fun. let's see, there's one last Goomber over here. 76. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up messing with these sprites, optimizing them. And of course, the last Goomber I need to make. Oh no, wait, I want this one. Is the Smug Goomber. Which will happen if you fall down if you do something stupid while the Goomber is watching. And then the Goomber will watch you do such a goofy thing, and it will laugh at you, frankly, and you will probably deserve it. So yeah. I'm going to slightly change the colors of these shadings. Anyway, there is the Smug Goomber. Courtesy of the Mario Maker troll community. I can't remember who exactly made up the Goomba crew. But anyway, yeah, this was the thumbnail that they used for one of their troll levels. Anyway, it's getting pretty late, and I have an outline for some Goomber sprites that I might work on the Goomber sprites off stream. Yeah. Thank you for coming to those who made it. I hope you have a very good rest of your evening. Until next time, take care.